Thank you so much for giving us your incredibly precious time today. I mean, we really appreciate it. We're using this deep dive to, well, help you learn something genuinely paradigm shifting in the automotive world.
Yeah, it really is a massive shift.
Right. So we've been analyzing a big stack of sources, Ward's Auto, Road Ethos, Autocar, plus some top YouTube critics. And we're comparing the new 2026 Mercedes CLA EV against, the Tesla Model 3 and the BMW i4.
Which is a pretty tough crowd to go up against.
Oh, definitely. But here's the hook. Mercedes just, completely flipped its own playbook. Instead of putting their most advanced flagship tech into their top-tier S-Class, they dropped it straight into their absolute cheapest entry-level car.
Which is wild, right? It reverses, literally a century of automotive tradition where new tech slowly trickles down to the budget models over a decade. Now your cheapest car is the technological vanguard.
Yeah. Looking at this starting price of $48,600, it frankly feels like they took a multi-million-dollar supercomputer and just dropped it into a starter home.
That is a great way to put it, because they built this on their new MMA platform, which is their dedicated EV skeleton, and pulled directly from the EQXX.
And that's their radical, hyper-efficient prototype.
Right, exactly. And that prototype DNA is why this car is so fascinating mechanically. They managed a drag coefficient of 0.21, making it incredibly sleek.
Wow, 0.21.
Yeah, but the real standout is the two-speed rear gearbox. Most EVs only have one gear.
Right, which forces a compromise between low-speed punch and high-speed cruising.
Exactly. So by adding that second gear, the CLA gets punchy city driving while allowing the motor to run at, lower energy-saving RPMs on the highway.
Which translates to that massive 374-mile range. But what really caught my eye is the 800-volt charging architecture.
Oh yeah, that is a huge deal for this segment.
Right, because for anyone unfamiliar, doubling the standard 400 volts means the system generates far less heat, so energy flows in much faster. You can literally add 202 miles of range in just 10 minutes.
10 minutes. It's crazy. But, while the chassis is all about this ruthless, calculated mechanical efficiency, stepping inside the cabin reveals, well, a completely opposite philosophy.
Totally. Tesla leaned into that sparse, plain minimalism to save money, but Mercedes is pushing this overwhelming hyper-digital luxury.
Overwhelming is definitely the right word for it.
But you open the door to this pillar-to-pillar MBUX superscreen. It uses Google Gemini and ChatGPT for conversational AI. And the passenger even gets their own 14-inch screen.
And there's a crazy safety feature there, too. If the car's interior cameras catch the driver glancing over at it, the passenger's video just automatically pauses.
That is wild. It even uses Car-to-X communication. So other Mercedes vehicles ahead of you share data via the cloud to actively warn your car about a pothole before you even see it.
It is an incredibly immersive environment, but, building that rolling supercomputer requires some serious financial trade-offs elsewhere.
And that is exactly where I have to push back on this whole concept. With the futuristic silver wave soundscapes and 64-color ambient lighting, is this true luxury or just a sensory distraction?
Distraction from what exactly?
Well, reviewers quickly noticed the cost-cutting hard plastics on the lower doors. And Autocar highlighted a genuinely concerning compromise: a wet braking distance of 64.3 meters from 70 miles per hour.
Yeah, that braking issue directly traces back to the efficiency we discussed earlier.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, to hit that 374-mile range, the car uses specialized low rolling resistance tires. They prioritize smooth gliding over the road, which unfortunately means less friction and grip when the pavement gets wet.
Ah, so it's a physical compromise.
Exactly. But honestly, the controversies frustrating reviewers the most aren't physical. They're entirely digital.
Oh, the software paywalls. Don't even get me started. The hardware for a 360-degree camera is physically built into every single car,
Right.
but you have to pay a subscription to unlock it.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
And if you want the 400-volt charging converter, that's an 850-pound option. Are we really treating 50,000-pound cars like free-to-play smartphone games riddled with in-app purchases?
It feels incredibly frustrating for the buyer, yeah, but the underlying reason is manufacturing economics.
Okay, walk me through that.
It is significantly cheaper for Mercedes to build one standardized assembly line where every car gets the exact same cameras and hardware installed. They save millions on factory complexity.
Right, and then they just use software locks to segment the customers based on what they pay.
Exactly. You aren't just buying a vehicle anymore. You are buying into a software ecosystem.
So the takeaway for you listening is pretty clear. The new CLA EV outranges Tesla and offers vastly more futuristic tech than BMW, but you have to accept a few physical compromises and a highly monetized digital relationship with your car.
And if you're wondering where all this digital integration leads, you should really look into vehicle to grid or V2G technology.
E2G, what does that mean for the average owner?
Well, with batteries becoming this advanced, your 2026 EV is soon going to transition from just being your transportation to acting as a domestic power plant. It could literally run your house during a blackout.
Wow, a starter home that can actually power your real home. Something for you to think about next time you see one of these rolling supercomputers out on the highway.